If the PPA were ever to reach out to you, do you think you would join it again?
I think it's just about what the deal would be. I'm not gonna go play for some shit contract.
Probably 40, 50 people that are not going to be re-signing with the PPA. So I think stuff's going to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more players in the APP. I did not practice for 2 months straight. Round of 16, I literally did not miss a ball the entire rest of that tournament, and it's the only tournament I've ever won. And that is because of the paddle.
Who are your dream partners?
You know, I've been asking JW to play with me the next year for the past 3 years now. And every single time I ask him, he just goes like this. Yeah. Every single time. No, I'm serious.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Open Play. I'm Katrina, and I'm joined by my co-host, James. Today, our very special guest is Ryan Fu.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, James, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, thanks for coming, Ryan. So I've got a question. So I think that one of the interesting things about PPA and what's going to be happening in the next 6 months is a lot of the players are going to be off their contracts. So you got Jay DeVilliers, he just signed with the APP. You got these guys. There's going to be probably 40, 50 people that are not going to be re-signing with the PPA. Great players Tyler Leung, I don't know if we say great player, but some players that know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to maybe not, guys like Jay, even for example, Paris didn't sign a contract extension. Those types of players are going to, or I don't know if she did, maybe she didn't, but those players are going to be available. So I think stuff's going to be kind of crazy. Are you looking forward to 2027? Because I think there's going to be a lot of players coming into the APP.
Yeah, I think APP points are going to be valuable in especially 2028. I think so. I feel like I'm in a good spot to just get some points now, and then as these players come in, I'll have more of a ranking, thinking more selfishly, and then they'll want to play with me. That's kind of what I've been thinking. But yeah, these players aren't going to re-sign. They're either going to retire. I'm talking about the Tour Wars players. They're either going to retire because they don't want to play anymore, or they want to keep playing, and then maybe they just keep playing PPAs, or they come over to the APP and then they get a new contract, something like that. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more players in the APP. And then, I don't know if they're going to go over to Asia. I don't know what they're going to do, because APPs, I don't know if you've been seeing what they're doing, but they're kind of collabing with all these other random European, Asian tours. So now it's the Global Alliance of Pickleball is forming. So that's going to be a whole thing in 2028, I think, but who really knows with the sport?
Yeah, you never know.
We asked Viv the same question, actually. If the PPA were ever to reach out to you, do you think you would join it again? Or what would they have to say to make you join again?
I think it's just about what the deal would be. I don't want to burn the bridge with the PPA or MLP. I think all the best players are definitely there, but I'm not going to go play for some shit contract that they're giving out to most of these players now. It doesn't make any sense. So, if they want to give me a reasonable contract, I would consider going back, but I don't think that will ever be the case, especially in the near future. So yeah, I think for now I'm riding with the APP, do my own thing. But yeah, I wouldn't say the bridge is completely burned, so we'll see.
Can you talk to us about how different it is as a player to play on the UPA side versus the APP? Why would they not want to sign with the PPA again and then go over to the APP?
Well, the players that were a part of the Tour Wars and are coming at the end of their 3-year contracts aren't going to want to re-sign, because the contracts are going to be way less favorable for the players. There's just going to be way less guaranteed money, and the competition's much harder in the PPA. So they're going to have way more freedom, way less tournaments if they go over to APP or whatever Asian league they want to do. A lot of the up-and-coming players, though, still want to do the PPA, which is what I did, because it's still right now the biggest in terms of media and reach. If you go over to Asia, all the players are talking about, obviously, Leigh and Ben Johns, they play on the PPA. So if you don't have a name, the players are still, tending to go towards the PPA if they want to make it in pro pickleball, at least in the US. But I would say there's pros and cons to doing both. So
you mentioned the APP has less events, right? And we've talked about this with Vivian too. She mentioned like player burnout and just like a growing disinterest from fans because they see the same people every time. How is that like? How was that like for you when you were on the PPA and the MLP? Was it too much or was it too little? How was that like?
Well, it just gave me an opportunity every week to lose again. So it is what it is. I think I actually have a different take than Vivian. I think that Ben and Annalie winning every event is actually good for the game.
Really?
Yeah, because, okay, here's my take. So in the NBA, right, during the time when the Warriors were winning everything, everyone was like, this league is ass. There's no parity. And now there's been 8 different winners the last 8 years in the NBA, and they're like, every team sucks. Nobody's good. So it's like, what if that happens in the PPA where like Ben wins one tournament a year and then loses to like a different player every single tournament and Annalie loses, like then and there's nobody pulling the sport forward. So I kind of think it's a good thing. Maybe they could lose once, like a quarter. That'd be okay. That'd probably be good. But I think it's actually fine for those guys to keep winning. It's like in tennis, Serena won every tournament. I mean, they're just better. So it's, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's a good take. I think it's a valid take because if there was no like dominant force in the game, I think a lot of outside people would be like, yeah, it's just everybody's not that good. I think it helps to have guys like Jack Sock come into the game or like Donald Young, the former tennis players, and then they don't immediately dominate or whatever the case may be, because then it's like, okay, well, all the guys in the comments that are like, oh, tennis players are going to come in and destroy. It's like, well, Jack Sock was number 2 in the world in doubles and he still hasn't won a tournament, right? So, I mean, I think and he's a good player for sure, but it's like, it just shows that it's like, okay, it's not that easy, right? Okay, so here's another question for you. Did you ever envision this, Ryan? Maybe a year and a half ago, if I said, you know what, Ryan, me and you are going to get banned and Max Freeman is going to be playing with Ben Johns. What would you have said?
I would have probably said something that I can't say or that you can't post on Instagram. But the PG version would be there's no way. Actually, I would have probably said I can see me and you getting banned, but I cannot see this guy playing with Ben Johns. That's not going to happen. I could probably see all 3 of us getting banned over him playing with Ben. But here we are. So, I mean, I guess we're good coaches.
Yeah, we have to be. That's one thing I'll say. And Max is a great player. He's killing it right now with Ben Johns and in general. But I didn't see this coming. When we were teaching him, I mean, not everybody has like different levels of like, okay, they're good in the beginning. When Max came, he was fresh off 2 years in consulting. He was overweight, couldn't counter.
Jeez.
No, this is his old. I mean, and then he just ended up. So he flipped the switch, man. Max has completely evolved because I remember looking at you like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, like, bro, like we maybe shouldn't have told him to quit his job.
Yeah, I mean, Max is a slow burn. He's never lost, I don't think, to Ben in competition before. He's beaten Ben Shelton. Like, he just doesn't lose to guys named Ben.
It's true.
That's what true. It is. So, like, he's entering a sport where a guy named Ben is the best. He's going to succeed.
It's easy for him.
Yeah. So, I think, what the other thing about him is, which is kind of funny, is, like, you and Max both have considered the best overheads in the sport. You guys just have normal overheads.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Tennis player. We have the same overhead as any tennis player. Mine might be, I don't know, man. In my prime, my overhead was a little extra hot, I think, compared to Max.
I mean, I don't know how you judge that. It's just like, if you have a ball up here, can you put it away? And if you can, you're in the top 3 of the game.
Yep.
So
it's true. It's interesting. I think all the players that didn't play tennis a lot growing up, a lot of them that did, like, I mean, even guys like Federico or something, like he still has maybe a tough time putting it away. It's interesting.
Do you guys think Ben Johns has a good overhead?
Not particular. I mean, his overhead actually is not great. No. I mean, he's good like here. Like if this isn't like a hot take. I mean, he would say the same thing. Like if the ball's like here, he'll finish it. But if it's like really high, it's actually he wouldn't be in like the top 10 of guys that can like finish the point with an overhead. But he's the best player. But it's just everybody has. I mean, you ask him, he'll probably say the same thing. He's the best at like everything else. But Yeah.
Interesting.
So he can dink. I mean, neither of the GOATs can really have like that. Neither of them have amazing overheads. Like Annalie's overhead's not that great. she's better than me, but like, you know,
Yeah.
her overhead is not fantastic. But I'm not trying to roast the goats. I mean, that's just the only, you know. Okay, Ryan, I guess we'll get this question out of the way. Can you please talk to us about your thoughts on the RPM V2 and how gritty it is, or maybe, you know, just whatever you think about it, so I can clip it and then I can post it on RPM. Thank you.
Yeah, so first of all, well, let me tell you a little story. So Ryan gets banned from the PPA, and then for the next 2 months goes on a clinic tour where I did not practice for 2 months straight. Literally 2 months straight. I get the V2, it's pending USAP approval. I show up to Malaysia, have not practiced a single time, and it gets approved on day 2. I actually had to use the V1 on day 1. Day 2, paddle gets approved, round of 16. I literally did not miss a ball the entire rest of that tournament, and it's the only tournament I've ever won. And after we win, literally 2 minutes after we win, I look at Jack, and I'm like, dude, I didn't want to tell you this before the event, but I have not practiced for 2 months. And that is because of the paddle. That's because of the paddle. I was using a different company before, and I literally could not make a drive. I used this paddle, and I hit every single drive an inch over the net without practicing. So you tell me what that is. That's the paddle. Okay, the other thing.
That's such a good clip.
This guy is pretty attractive, but just look how sexy it is.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Look how sexy it is. Nice handle, good girth. Okay, let me answer this question too. Let me answer this. So there's a bunch of guys in my DMs, okay? Not girls, a bunch of guys, and they always ask me, what is my weight setup? No weight. You don't need weight. If you put weight on it, first of all, you're gonna scuff the coloring here, and it's gonna get ugly. Second of all, it's very powerful. You don't need weight. You don't need weight. Just pick it up and then use it.
I don't use weight either. I'm overweight completely. It's
Dude,
not
once you
necessary.
get, James, tell me this. Once you get banned from a league, weight just seems a little irrelevant.
That's a clip right there. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Like, you get banned from the tour, you're not really going to be like sitting in your car putting tungsten tape on your paddle. You just go out there and play, you know?
But buy the RPM tungsten tape.
True, still get that.
Some people need weight. My guy Jared Cohen needs weight. He's got a weight set up, you know?
Yeah.
Katrina,
I mean,
do you use weight, Katrina?
No, I don't.
I actually don't use lead tape anymore. I don't really think it's not necessary for like, yeah.
I
Wow.
put weight on my V1, but then I got the V2 and I just started without it and it was fine. So I was like, okay, I don't need it, I guess.
I think you need to put weight on like old paddles, like the paddle tech. You got to put weight on it. But the new technology, you don't really, you know. I don't think you need
power
weight.
air?
You need weight. You need yeah. You need magic. You know how mentally scarred I am, man? My resets, if you hit enough resets with the power air just for year after year after year, I have this like permanent trauma. Like when I'm in the transition zone and somebody hits it at me, like I have this like mental, like I have to hit the sweet spot on a perfect dime. And now I'm using an RPM. It's like, oh wait, okay, it's not that difficult. But yeah, the power air, dude, I don't know. Sometimes you just never forget what it's like. And I guess it's hard to live that down. I don't really know where I was going with that.
I mean, I think you were so scarred that you made a paddle company.
Literally. That was why I made a paddle company. My paddle was so bad, I said, I got to just put matters into my own hands. So
at this point, you've been part of a lot of tours like the PPA and the MLP, now the APP. You've also been playing on the Asian circuit. What's that been like for you, and what has been like the major differences, and what have you liked about like each one?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually only played one USAPP so far, so that I'm not actually as aware of what's kind of going on over there, but everyone's been really nice that I've talked to. Ken Herman, he's a great guy. All the workers there, they've been really nice. So yeah, I mean, so I played one of the DJoy events with Kwong, and I did APP Malaysia, and all of the Asian players are so into it. I would say like the fans, there's a lot of fans, especially since I'm Asian. Like my last name is Fu, even though I'm pretty white, I would say. That, you know, they're coming up to me a lot, and they're so into it. It's great. And I've done a lot of clinics over there too. Everyone's really like keen on learning. One thing about Asia also is they're very malleable to the pro players. So like everyone in Vietnam that's on rec is driving their thirds, fifths, sevenths, and ninths. There's no dropping in Vietnam. This is a quang. In Australia, dude, like 15 people on the rec courts are lob serving and calling out Anna Leigh like she's Michael Jordan. I'm like, bro, like in my clinic, they're lob serving. I'm like, guys, like, could you just serve normally? They're like, but Anna Leigh does it. And I'm like, all right, I guess that's a fair argument. Like, she's better than me. So PPA, MLP, like MLP is probably the most fun, especially if you're on a good team, like a good environment. So like for me last year on the 8s, it was super fun with Blaine and Kaylin, and it was a really good experience. PPA, I would say it's just hard. I don't know. The first like year I played, I just played PPAs. I was literally learning. So I'd show up to the event, I would lose my match, I would go practice for 5 hours on the rec courts because that was the best practice I was going to get. And then I would go into the next day and I would be cramping from playing 5 hours the night before. I'm like, wait, I probably should not have done that. But at the same time, I don't know how to hit a drop yet. So I needed to do it. But then I would lose that match and then I would go into men's and I was like, dang. And then I would do it again. So yeah, my experience on the PPA was probably a lot different than James. But, you know, they're all different in their own ways. I think they're all getting better. So we'll see what happens in the next few years. But yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know what we're going to see happen with the PPA because you have the big investment that happened. But I think, you know, you don't know how much of an impact that really has on their balance sheet, because I've got to think that the PPA is probably making a lot of their money off of Pickleball Central, making a lot of their money off of maybe the valuations tied to their stake in Duper, because it was the entire conglomerate of companies that has that valuation. It's like how much of that valuation is related to the pro game, you know, because obviously the pro game is not profitable, but that's not a secret. So I'm kind of curious what's going to happen there. But I'm coming back pretty soon, probably in a few months. I've just been super busy with, you know, I'm coming back, bro. Not to the PPA. No. Just pro pickleball. Pro pickleball. Yeah. Just playing pro tournaments. But I've just been so busy with RPM and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's I played a tournament in Italy the other day. Like a few weeks back, I played a tournament in Italy, and first I taught a clinic. And then I played the tournament. And my first 3 rounds were participants of the clinic. So that was pretty good. And then finals, we played the number 1 team in Italy, I guess. That's what supposedly the best team in Italy. And they were actually pretty good. That game, it was 1 game to 15, and it was 15-12. And I think we were down at the switch, like 8-6. And I just had to start. I was basically imagining, like, what would Ben do? And then I started playing 99% of the court. And we ended up winning. We were down at the switch. And then I basically played 100% of the court. Ended up winning that. So I was actually thinking of getting my Italian citizenship so I can play on that Olympic team in 2032 or whatever time. Yeah, because I'm actually Italian. My grandfather grew up in Italy. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be on the Olympic team for the US anytime soon. So I think Italy might be my only chance.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. That could be a good move. I mean, me too. My grandparents still live in Italy. My mom's side is all Italian, so that could be, you know, maybe we just do that. How good were these guys? Are they like 5-0s?
So, no. The team that we played at the end, one of the guys actually beat me in singles the day before, just in a practice game. You know what my singles level is, so, but like pretty good at singles.
Yep.
And then doubles, they just didn't know yet the strategy.
Yeah.
Right. So like one of the guys that beat me in singles had a really good forehand drive, and I was like, I was thinking about it before the match. I'm like, okay, like he's gonna play to left, so we'll probably want to return to like his backhand because I'm assuming he's gonna play big and just try to slap drive winners. He played the right, and he didn't take 1/3. So every single return, I just went to the guy on the left, and he dropped every ball. And now they're trying to outdink me, and I'm like,
That's not gonna happen.
you know, I'm like, you're not gonna outdink me over a 15-point game. Like the best, like I was actually kind of scared. I'm like, oh shit, is he just gonna drive the ball as hard as he can every single time on my partner, hit the net tape, and then like, you know, that's like 50-50. But yeah, once we got like 12-12, I'm like dinking with them. I'm like, there's just no chance that I lose this dink rally right now. And then, I mean, that's how pickle goes, though, right? Like,
Yeah, that's how Ben feels against us.
Exactly. Like, how does Ben feel at 9-9 in the third, dinking against me? He feels really good. He feels really good.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been at 9-all with Ben in the third, and guess who won?
Ben.
Not me.
Yep.
All right, let me ask you this. I have two questions. They could be the same answer or they could be different. Who has been your favorite men's doubles partner, and who has complemented your game the most?
Okay, well, I'd say there's a couple guys. I mean, obviously our buddy Max, like, I really like playing with the lefties. So I think, like, we only got to play though a few times, and we were both still kind of coming up, and then I got banned, if you didn't know. So I haven't been able to play with him in a while, but I really enjoy playing with him. Blaine Hovenier, we got to play the whole season last year in MLP, and we had some really good wins. So like that ended up being really good partnership, and I had a lot of fun playing with him. And I think like we were able to figure out our game together, which I wasn't able to do with anyone else really, because I think this is actually real. I think I've changed my men's doubles partner every single tournament for the last 25 events. They play with me once, and then they're done with me. They're like, that guy is ass at pickle, and then they drop me. So I can't keep a partner. I can't keep one. Yeah, I mean, me and James played one time, and our official record is 1-1.
Yeah.
But
we beat Sock.
Yeah, we beat Jack Sock. So
I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, we'll take it. Actually, I wish they had. So this was PPA North Carolina. We're on center court in the round of 32, first round, and we lose the first game. We win the second game. Sock takes a medical timeout because I think his back was spasming or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
If there was footage of me and James during that medical timeout, people would have thought we were on like a lot of drugs. And maybe we were, maybe we weren't. But I was, for 30 minutes, the medical timeout was 30 minutes. James is just sitting on the bench, staring at the same spot across the court for 30 minutes straight. He didn't move. And I was just pacing back and forth across the baseline for 30 minutes.
Why?
Because we were dialed.
We were dialed.
We were so dialed. Sock comes back. We play 1 point. And then and then he retires because I think his back was just messed up. And
He just knew he was in trouble, I think.
I don't know if he saw like what is wrong with those guys or he was actually injured. But yeah, it was we were definitely dialed that day. So that's another. I mean,
That's for sure.
If we run it back in Asia, like those guys. No, here's another funny story. So the other day I was in Vietnam, and it was me and Kwong. We were playing in the quarters, the D-Joy, and we're playing these two Vietnamese guys who are, I think, both top 10 in Vietnam, and we were down pretty big in the first game. So I started talking shit to the guy who I'm playing across the net from me. Like, I'm playing the right, so he speeds up, and I counter. I go, no, not today, buddy. The guy doesn't speak English.
Oh my gosh.
So I was just talking shit to a Vietnamese guy that didn't. I mean, maybe he did, and he just wasn't talking to me. But I don't think he could speak English.
I had that happen too. No, I've been there. I was in an exhibition in China, and I was talking some shit to a guy, and he thought I was being nice. He had no idea what I was saying. He was like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, "Okay."
Dang. You guys should work on your tone. You have to have a meaner tone so that they know.
I was trying, but it's tough, man. It's tough. It's, you know.
I mean, when you got a paddle in your hand, it's like, it's hard to act tough.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's for sure.
That's fair. Who are your dream partners, both on the men's and the mixed, that you've never played with before?
Well, I guess, are we excluding all of the players that I'm not legally allowed to play with for the next 9 months?
No.
Oh, we're not?
Just anyone. Just anyone.
Okay. All right. I'll go with some obscure answers here because saying Ben and Annalie is just like...
Lame.
That's just lame.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to beat those guys because I'm a high-level competitor up here. And I don't want to join the best. I would never do that.
Exactly.
And I want to beat the best, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what they say. So, men's partner... I feel like I need to look at the rankings. Okay. Give me J-Dub, actually.
Ah.
JW. Because, I've been asking JW to play with me the next year for the past 3 years now. And every single time I ask him, he just goes like this. Yeah. Every single time. No, I'm serious. Every single time.
Well, I can say, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
So I would love to play with J-Dub. I think that would be a really hard team to speed up on. Obviously, I'd be on the right. And yeah, I would just give him 70% of the court, and I would just sit on my backhand, and then he would do his thing. I think that'd be a pretty good team. Yeah, female partners, I don't really know. I guess just, I asked Leigh Waters to play with me in a tournament. Because...
She's good.
Yeah, I asked Leigh Waters to play with me in the US Open this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she said that Annalie told her she can't play it with me.
Wow.
So it's Annalie's call who she plays with?
Yeah, I think she just didn't want to play against her mom, so that's okay. But hey, Katrina, maybe we can play sometime.
Yes, as long as you coach me. That would be sick.
Okay, I'll send you my rates later.
Oh. I'll just bill them to James.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
That's fine. I got his credit card, so I'll just...
Perfect.
That could be true, actually, still.
I've got some fan questions, actually.
It's okay.
Ryan has fans.
Easy. Apparently so. First question, easy question. Why is your paddle so good?
Yeah, I mean, has amazing grit. The grit on the paddle it stays for a long time, and it's really gritty compared to other paddles. A lot of power, right? 14 millimeter has a lot of power. It's really good for transition shots. So like drops, resets. As most people probably know, not my best shot, but really easy to get in with this paddle, right? So a lot of dwell time. And yeah, it's just beautiful.
Okay.
I feel the same way. I think the transition game is people are like, oh, does it have a lot of power? It has a lot of spin, for sure. But I think the best part about it is just like drops and resets. Like, it's just so easy to get in. That's the main thing.
Okay. Second question. Do you miss Blaine and the Heart Eights?
I actually do miss Blaine and the Heart Eights. Yeah. I miss Adam Stone. Just yeah, I kind of wish that's the one thing where it's like I don't actually miss playing on the PPA, but I do wish that we got to play one more season on that team because I think that our results would have been better and it would have been more fun just like having already played a season. But then I'm like, nah, it's okay. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay. So we all saw your adorable birthday post for Angie the other week. I actually saw that and I thought, wait, did I miss something? Because I didn't know about that. And then I looked to the Discord and people were also asking there. So like, when did that happen? And the question from the fan is, why are you and Angie so adorable?
A fan asked that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's started like 6 months ago. Why are we so adorable? I mean, it's probably just all her, to be honest.
Good answer.
Yeah. So
Good answer.
I'm just there. But yeah, I'm glad that your Discord thinks that we're adorable.
Yeah. That was a very cute post.
Thank you.
One other question from Lucas. He said, does Brendan Long know how to hit a legal serve?
Oh. Yeah, so what he's referring to is when we played at the US Open, and me and Vivian actually lost to him and Martina Frantova. And I mean, credit to him, because the ref wasn't calling it. The guy was literally serving at his shoulder, and he was just serving bombs. But the ball wasn't like, it was going at a trajectory that like you couldn't possibly be hitting up, because it was like hitting the ground and shooting down. And it was kind of crazy. I almost respected it so much, but then like other people were saying I should say something. So then I started talking to the ref. I'm like, how? And then it was, she said like one thing about it, and then he would serve legally for like 2 points, and then he went back to the bomb, and we ended up losing, not because of that, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't really care. I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, he was serving massive that day. I honestly should have just done it too. Like, I don't really, if you're doing something that the ref isn't seeing, like, it's not your fault. It's not, totally. I mean, yeah. It's like, I should have just started serving like this and see if they do anything. So.
Yeah, you got to make do. You got to try to win with what you have. Yeah. I mean, Brendan's a baller too. He's a good player. Yeah. I mean, they came out, they wanted it. I wanted it, but they wanted it more. Sad. It's life.
That's a good clip right there. That's good English. I have an MBA, Katrina.
Oh, do you?
GDP, James.
Yeah, he's not using his MBA, I think. True. I've got a story actually about Max. I'll just say it. All right, so Max, he's a loose cannon. Ryan knows this better than anybody. And him playing with Ben John's, not a surprise. Max is volatile. He could have, we didn't know if he was going to quit pickleball a year ago or if he was going to just, become Ben John's doubles partner. Max, funny story. We were on the same college tennis team. Max was playing like number 2 on the team. He was a great player. I was not starting. I was actually about to leave the team around this time. And I was maybe like the, second worst player on the team or whatever. And I remember Max, he partied the previous night. He had a great night. I was there. It was a very fun night. And I didn't want to go to the practice. Max didn't want to go to the practice at all. And Max, actually, for those of you guys who don't know, he has a horrible, very intense peanut allergy. Like, if he eats one peanut, he'll go to the hospital. And so Max was really in bad shape this morning. We had a tough practice. It was a Sunday morning practice, horrible situation. You know those practices, Ryan. And basically, Max looks at me, he's like, dude, I could probably get us both out of this practice. And I'm like, what? Me too? How would you get me out of the practice? I mean, it sounds like music to my ears, but I'm like, how is that possible? And then in his hand, he shows me a peanut, one peanut. And he's like, Jimmy, I eat this peanut. We don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, do it. He eats the peanut. And, we go to the practice, and I don't know how long it's going to take or what the deal is. 15 minutes into the practice, he starts to look at me like, oh, dude, I don't know if that was a good idea. My throat's starting to close. And I'm like, bro, like, don't worry about it. Like, just, you'll sweat it out, right? The practice will go on, you'll sweat it out. I go over to court 6. I'm all the way on the back court with a ball machine because I was playing such bad tennis. The coach was like, yeah, just go over there with the ball machine. Don't even play some, competitive stuff. I look all the way over on court 1. Max is on court 1 playing against our best singles player. And 40 minutes later, Max is on the ground. And I'm like, what? Oh my God. Next thing you know, he goes to the hospital 40 minutes into practice. So practice was shortened. He did his job. And he was in the hospital, I guess, for, I don't know how long, like a couple hours, few hours. They just had to fix him up. And it was just the craziest decision that Max has ever made, I think. But practice was over, right? And I guess we were all, I don't know if the word is appreciative, concerned. But yeah, he got us out of practice and he went to the hospital to get out of practice. He ate a peanut. He poisoned himself.
That is such a choice. Oh my God.
So if that tells you anything about, Max.
Let me tell you my little perspective of this, because that morning I'm also going to practice. And they both text me and go, Ryan, should Max eat a peanut to get out of practice? And I said, no, don't do that. And then Max said, I think I'm going to do it. And I said, don't do it. And then I put my phone down and I go practice also. And then the next time I look at my phone, I get a text from James, Max collapsed. And then the ambulance is coming and he's going to the hospital. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I don't even. So yeah. But I told him not to do it and he did it anyway.
I probably should have told him not to do it. But at the end of the day, this is on Max. It's not on me for telling him to do it either.
It was his idea.
Yeah.
Where did he even get the one singular peanut? Like,
we had a vending machine. So he went into that vending machine. And, yeah. And I don't think the coaches ever found out. I think it was just a simple accidental situation.
Well, now they know.
Now they know. Sorry, Lippman. Sorry, Ian. Get Max in trouble. All right, Ryan. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, sounds good.
You know,